Still 6 days since the infection began here in Prototype. And today, well, for the rest of today, we're going to check in with Karen Parker because Dana got us nowhere. Through no fault of her own. I mean, we did get very close to our target, McMullen. But we made eye contact with the mad scientist, and that was enough to tip him off to our evilness. He knew immediately we were the kind of guy who would do that. So, what's Karen got in store for us? Guy's puking blood. Mercer was coughing on top of the rooftop. Things are pretty bad here in NYC.
The samples you've recovered, I still don't have enough. I need you to go inside a hive. The substance at the center, the material the virus is producing, I think it's the key. With it, I think I can reverse the effect of the virus. And Alex, for what it's worth, I'm sorry it had to play out like this.
Don't be sorry. Just cure this thing.
Breaking down a hive wasn't enough for her. Gotta hop into one. For some reason, it has to be this specific hive right down the street. Even though there are plenty within the city. This hive that is inexplicably a movie set with lighting set up for us to lead the way. And it's genetic material collection again, this time with nothing bothering us whatsoever. Odd difficulty curve, but I'll take it. Collect our samples, and then we'll just be out of here. Somehow. I don't know how we're gonna get back up there.
Mercer, you're a hard man to find. I've been looking forward to this.
Okay. So there was nothing random about this whatsoever.
You should pick your friends more carefully, Mercer.
So Parker sold me out, huh? Fine, you pay, then her.
Watch out.
Parker has turned on us. Told the military our location and led us into a trap. And we're out of genetic material, so she's not going to get her sample. We're nowhere near a full bar. Well, after what she did to us, we're going to short her. Let's try a Devastator on this guy. Very unimpressive. So what we're going to do instead, bring out the Whip Fist. That is significantly more effective. If we get close to him, we'll get shocked with his flashing scream stick.
Time's running out, Mercer. Your little friends want to come out to play.
Somehow Cross is capable of summoning the infected to come fight us. I bought the Whip Fists special combo here. And there it is, the Street Sweeper. A full 360, it hit so many times we couldn't even see it.
Like you're afraid that any minute you're gonna burn out. Reload!
So that's supposed to look, and we might have a chance to hit him here. the lock-on would tell me where Cross is, which it refused to do.
McMullen wants you on a slab, so that
You legitimately can't get anywhere near him. If we didn't have the Whip Fist here, this would be a very difficult fight. But he does basically stun himself every time he runs out of ammo, opening himself up for a fully charged attack of any sort that you want to apply to him.
drop in now! Now! Fire team, my position, move it!
Sending in some additional fodder.
You got?
Just gonna back him up. Hey, we can eat the big guys.
Reloading!
That's good to know. A lot of meat on them.
Shit! I'm out! I'm out!
Now, even if I attack him from a distance, when he's not distracted by reloading,
Nice tricks.
he will still zap me. He's that electrified. Fortunately, he announces every time he is
I
vulnerable.
give you 3 minutes, max. Empty!
Thank you for the warning. He's almost dead. You damn shame to die now. Heard that. He's dead. Ignore the health bar. All his friends despawned, so now we have to be his friend.
You think you've won, Mercer? You don't even know what fucking game you're playing.
Well, I can tell you all you need to know about Penn Station.
In a way, I feel sorry for you. Zeus is down. Bring in the containment device.
Pulling out!
What the hell did he do to me?
We no longer have our superpowers. Except, we can still transform physically. We just don't have any of our attack weapons that were so useful. Basically back to default Mercer
He's
from
taking
the very
damage.
beginning of the game.
Pour it on!
Thankfully, disguise is unaffected, so that we can just go under a bridge, or not even go under a bridge. Just use cloud, or tree cover, I guess, to immediately escape all the helicopters. That was much easier than I expected. But that's the least of our problems. We legitimately lost most of the upgrades I purchased last time. Which is kind of annoying. But the cutscene there, where we got injected, used several things that we learned in the Web of Intrigue. We learned that when Alex is remembering things, his amnesia is being cured. It's when he hears something that is familiar to him, but that he has no actual direct recollection of. So he heard about Penn Station, which is where the infection began. He's heard about it several times, so he had a flashback, and that disabled him. Apparently that's what's happening every time we eat a Web of Intrigue target as well. We just sort of writhe in the street holding our head. And also, there was a cutscene in which McMullen discussed that he was working on a way to defeat the virus from the inside. I believe he said cancer cells could be a way of delivering a death blow to the virus. Basically cells that attack themselves within the host. That was the basis for the injection that Mercer has just received and lost many of our powers. Certainly most of our best powers. Combat's going to be a bit of a nightmare. I do feel it's a little early in the game for them to depower the protagonist like this. Hey, how'd I miss you? $7,500 more. That's sweet EP. But yeah, we've been inundated with powers that we've still barely even had a chance to try out. So we're still so early in the game, and they've taken them all away now. Depowering is a fine gimmick, but really feels like more of a late game thing. We are not late game. We'll check in with Dana. Maybe she has the cure. Or the cure that is currently curing us to death.
Man, you look like shit, but this might help.
McMullen?
No, but they're watching someone for him. Okay, it's this doctor named Bradley Ragland.
Where is he?
Whoa. He's a good guy. Okay, you find him, he helps us get to McMullen. He's uptown at St. Paul's Hospital. He runs the morgue there. Wait, hold up. There's more. Alright, so I did some research on Hope, Idaho. It was an army town. On July 21st, 1969, it vanishes from the map. The official word was that it was an anti-government gun nut standoff. Some militia killed a bunch of people, and the feds killed the militia. Now, there was only one survivor. Notice a girl, second from the left,
Elizabeth Green.
who looks an awful lot like a college student these days. Not bad for 55 years old.
Hope Idaho was an experiment.
How could you possibly know that?
The people I've killed, they're in me. I can hear them, see the things they've done.
Fuck are you talking about?
I can understand it all. I'm supposed to do these things, but it's right. I can feel it.
Find Ragland. And ask him about McMullen.
Not sure why Mercer had to make it so romantic at the end there. He's going through some stuff. That was the entire mission. Freak out our sister. Then we go find Ragland. We've heard the name Ragland before, if we watched our Web of Intrigue. McMullen delivered a body to Dr. Ragland. Hints on how to infiltrate military bases. Good timing there, game. I think I can turn those hints off. And they are rather redundant. Not sure how Dana knows that Ragland is a, quote, good guy. Because she also knows he's working with McMullen. That is not a thing a good guy does. Unfortunately, he's in the opposite corner of the entire city. We're almost there. We don't know specifically what was delivered to him, but we do know that McMullen was sort of breaking protocol by doing so. The soldier McMullen was talking to said he'd have to report him for this act of insubordination. Now we'll learn a little more about it.
Odd structures in the parietal lobe resembling parasitic infection.
Dr. Raglan?
Already said I won't deal with you people. My medical opinion's not for sale.
I'm impressed.
What is it you want exactly?
Your help stopping the virus.
Why?
You could say I'm symptomatic. So pick a side.
I'll tell you what I know. But first, we need to find where the military has Patient Zero.
Okay, the bodies from the first outbreak are the key. Blackwatch Spectres took them. Find the Spectres, find the bodies. Maybe I can find some answers.
Seems like Raglan's been thinking about this and waiting for this day that someone would show up and tell him that they're going to help solve the issue. Mercer's a bit of an angel. He can be your angel or your devil. And for this mortician, it's the former. Lucky him. Clearly, though, he has more information than he's giving us, and he won't tell us anything until we do this chore for him. That's a bit unkind. I have to use the hijack function. That tank has a UAV over it. I believe this one over here does not. And even if it does, nothing lost because they all do. Yep, there's the UAV, but... So, they're all completely defended by people with rocket launchers. Rocket launchers can interrupt this animation. And indeed they have. So, I just nuked the spot. We were kind of screwed once we got dismounted. And this is why the animation to get into a tank is so unbelievably lengthy. Because it is interruptible by explosions. So to get into the tank, you need to kill everyone who has a rocket launcher. This is easier said than done. This would be much easier if we had the Whip Fist to clear out personnel from a great distance very rapidly. But we made it in by sheer luck. This should be our first Sequence 5 target. Watch out for flashing lights.
Captain Lim. At East Trooper, get on the horn and tell them we've secured the Penn Station bodies. I'm taking the heavy armor to destroy a hive. Get control points up in this area, then rendezvous with us at Gentek.
Yes, sir.
Guess we just learned that Gentek is where I want to go. Can't possibly have been surprising.
Initiate the strike. Marines from Tornado 7-9er. We're here and looking to...
I've already evaded the strike team before they even arrived.
Negative. Take positions.
Give it up, guys. The human fly climbing the nearby building is not your target. Head on home.
Aborting strike package Golf Niner. All units disperse and await new orders, over. Strike package, withdraw, over.
Just doing more fetch quests.
How do you catch the attention of an officer? You start killing all his men.
Now we need to blow up tanks without the use of the Hammer Fist, which I had come to rely upon. We can use the tanks to blow up one another if we can get inside. So far, so good. One down. If I'm not mistaken, the tanks will keep coming. And of course, there are guys with rocket launchers lining the rooftops. Here's where the lock-on really screws you over. The highest priority is the guys with the rocket launchers. But the lock-on will always prioritize helicopters and APCs.
Get us a strike, RC. Suit is in the zone. Package on Vector Able. Watch for their arrival on your 6, field team.
Changing targets on the fly is also very difficult.
Package is go. Chalk 3 from aviation. Put up some smoke and business on blue. Do you copy?
The deadliest of the rocket launchers have been disabled. Bit of random luck to getting through this animation still, but with everything lining the rooftops taken care of, you can usually get through.
God damn it! Fire 2 and 4! Move up! I'm out!
I'll take down a strike team.
Heavy damage! Heavy damage! This'll be the third day.
This is a legitimate tank that I'm in, by the way. Not to be underestimated. Didn't necessarily mean to try and jack this thing. So I'm not surprised it didn't work. I believe the guys with rocket launchers have retaken their position on the rooftops somehow. So that is probably the issue I suffered there. They do periodically reappear, making this section very difficult. But we need the military commander out here, because he has the info we need. We thought we learned that the body was at Gentek, but apparently we need to learn it from a commander or it doesn't count. Help me out here, Hunter. Can't even lock on to the detector drones. Thankfully, the hunters won't try to knock us off the tanks, although I think they can. I forget if I've seen that or not. Sure, we'll figure it out, because we're gonna have to hijack a lot of tanks.
God damn it! Fire 2 and 4! Move up! I'm out! Sending strike package to your
A lot of people got in the way of the tank I was trying to blow up. Too many human shields that were actually hunters. It's a bit unclear whether or not the hunters were human at some point. You have to imagine. So far, everything has been formerly human. The transformative power of the viruses is pretty spectacular. So they could easily gain tremendous amounts of biomass somehow. Just gotta kill 3 waves of tanks, I believe.
On site at 30. We're out. Over.
Knew these guys were back. Killing all the hunters I'm trying to eat. There's the guy we specifically need to eat. This is the prototype I remember. No matter how much health you have, you need to constantly refill it by eating things. And get kinda lucky. Have a tank. This means, yeah, they set us where the commander is already inbound. So I just gotta eat him. If I could keep him the hell out of this area, that might actually make my life a lot easier. Might. And I got him. He never made it to the area where the guys with rocket launchers were waiting. So I've killed the commander effortlessly.
Sir, Director McMullen surrendered the bodies to a civilian.
Ragland?
Yes, sir.
You did the right thing, son. Your new orders are this. Recover all samples, bodies, and evidence from Dr. Ragland. Bring them to base AE-1.
Ragland?
If he doesn't interfere, leave him be. He's already implicated. He won't talk.
And McMullen, sir.
It's time for the doctor to learn who's in charge of this little excursion.
McMullen has made a target of himself. Ragland won't talk unless the virus shows up at his door, asking for help.
It was perfect. They used Karen to get to me. Used the genetic material I'd collected to make a weapon to try and take me out. By the time I discovered she was working for Blackwatch, she was gone. But I had a bigger problem. A weaponized cancer was eating me from the inside out. I needed a doctor, okay? A special kind of doctor. I needed Ragland.
How did it feel to be infected with something you couldn't control?
Like, my own body wanted me dead.
Did you ever consider how the parasite felt? An intelligent cancer ripped from its host.
Yeah, I did. Once. Right before I killed it.
That's his rejoinder to everything. He acts like it's a punchline still, but Mercer just sucks. What happened to McMullen? Oh, I killed him. What about that cancer? Oh, I killed it. You get it. You solve problems by killing things. Boring anti-hero. Not even very much heroism on his back. But there is plenty of cancer back there. So, on this fresh new day, we will hope that he can find a cure, so that I can use all my good powers again. Let's see, do we have any missions unlocked? Nothing particularly good, unfortunately. Could attack another hive. Blow stuff up. Fly around. Or run real fast. Nothing great on the side mission front. I do like these ones. But they are best performed with your actual ability to kill things. I do not have that ability right now. So, we'll hold off in hopes that we actually regain our abilities at some point. That'd be a fun game if we would lose our abilities gradually throughout the rest of the game as the cancer spreads because we cannot cure it. I think there's a hunter on my case. Is that what I'm seeing? There you are. Didn't quite make it on top of the building. Well, while we're waiting for him, Sequence 5 has been unlocked. Leader hunters are now targets that I'm going to have to eat. And plenty more military human targets. So that'll be fun. But for now, we still have this whole cloud of targets that I ate previously and would like to share with you, starting with Scott Woodford.
Subjects McMullen, Raymond, and Raglan Bradley. Time 090922.
Bradley, the corpses from Penn Station are infected with blacklight.
I warned you about bringing it into the city, Raymond.
Take appropriate precautions and remember you're as culpable as us. We'll be watching.
Raymond?
One of the reasons Raglan was so useful, because he knew about the infection coming into the city before it got out of control.
Getting the sample is just the first step.
What do you think you guys can cook up?
I have a few ideas, but I think we could do cancer. It grows, it replicates. Potentially, with a sample, we could engineer something that will throw it off its game. Make it destroy itself.
And that was the web of intrigue that I mentioned. Talking about using cancer to defeat the virus. Jumped the gun a little bit, but the game also explained it.
Sir, off the record, who the hell are these Blackwatch guys?
All you need to know is you'll be taking your cues from them.
I'm a Marine, sir. I'll do whatever is required. But off the record, what the hell are we dealing with here?
There's two types of war America doesn't want to find itself in, Major. One is nuclear. The other is the one we're fighting right here and now.
I want a curtain of men in armor up the moment the call comes in. Overflights on the rivers are ready to pick off ships trying to cross. The bridges are wired and blocked by armor.
Once we're primed, nothing unsanctioned gets on or off the island.
We know Zeus has been spotted multiple times in this area, and we're breaking out some new tech to pin him down.
This unmanned aerial vehicle can detect the virus at less than 10 parts per million in open air. With it, we should be able to box Zeus in and destroy it.
Zeus's memory problem might be an advantage we can use. Familiar people, objects, places. These seem to restore memories to Zeus. This restoration is painful.
It can hurt Zeus?
During these moments, Zeus is vulnerable. The more we know about it, and the less it can discover, the better off we are. We can also get creative. We can lie.
The other web of intrigue that explained what happened in the cutscene with Cross.
Sir, we've got the USS Reagan on the comm.
This is Palace Command. What's your status, Citadel?
This is Citadel Command. All hands report stations ready. Jets fielded and ready for overflight of control zone.
Stand by for orders, Citadel.
Are you telling me Washington can't do anything? They're declaring martial law. Don't they need...
You listen to me, Harvey. They don't need anything. They're in charge. They've been doing this for years. To them, this is just status quo.
This telephone call has been interrupted for national security reasons under the Emergency Powers Act.
And there we go. We're all caught up. Apparently in this universe, Patriot Act is called the Emergency Powers Act. Other than that, not much has changed. They're also in a pandemic and a surveillance state. So a whole lot of intrigue targets to hunt. 21 remaining in this sequence. We're almost halfway. They just keep going and going. I imagine they're going to get more and more inconvenient. Like that string of targets that had to be done in sequence. That was a real nightmare. Oh, there's a target right now. Not gonna pass up that gift-wrapped little present. Surprised I was able to spot it from such a large distance away. Now I'm calling people it. Unfortunately, hunters and military people have really stepped up their game. So in a way, I'm glad I was able to show that off. As the situation gets more desperate here in the city, the infected will be more aggressive, hunters will be more prevalent, the military will carry more explosions everywhere they go. And that means every time you get near a web of intrigue target, they will be in grave danger, as everything in the area attempts to kill you. They are likely to get caught in the crossfire. So, something that has been recommended and that I didn't want to do, but I'm probably gonna have to end up doing, is start breaking down hives. If I clear all the hives from this area, that will dramatically reduce the number of infected and hunters in the area, and also the military will stop showing up and being so violent. This will allow me to hunt intrigue targets freely. This means I'll probably also have to do the same if intrigue targets spawn near a base. But these large voids that are affected by neither military nor hives, those you can't change their state. You can do nothing but hope that your targets don't explode on your way to eat them yourself. Wish me luck with the web of intrigue. Oh, very important hint. Thought you could hide, eh? Grapple large enemies with the grapple button. We can interrupt their attacks. We can't yet murder them outright. I'm trying it now. It's very ineffective. I'll say that much. Do I have the upgrade that allows me to body slam hunters? That might be worth buying. Right now. You also get body surf. You do the thing Dante would do in Devil May Cry 3. There's stomp. Gonna fall out of the sky, might as well make it dramatic and explosive. Ooh, we can open palm slam our copy of Chronicles of Riddick into the VCR every morning and do the moves right alongside. If I want to spend 75,000 evolution points. Hunter Dirt Nap is what I was looking for. Extremely expensive, but just hit circle while holding a hunter. Let's try it out. That was not worth 250,000 evolution points. $250,000 right down the drain. Oh well, plenty more where that came from, and even more as I wipe out more increasingly valuable Web of Intrigue targets. Because values for everything increase as we get later in the game. Landmarks are now worth significantly more than they were at first, and every further sequence of intrigue targets also yields greater rewards. There we go. I'm never going to get a safe moment to pose for the camera, so that is day 6 of Prototype down. We're on to day 8, as things get even more chaotic and violent. Tune in next time to see if I can survive with all my new upgrades. Maybe cure this cancer, get that monkey off my back.